All right, ladies and gentlemen, last night I tried to do this stream and it didn't work. So we're going to try again tonight. I'm going to keep an eye on my stream health. I did some tweaking to my computer and my internet settings, and hopefully this works. Right now it says my stream health is good, so we're going to see if that holds true. I'm going to move some things here. 18 seconds in and I haven't froze up yet, so that's not bad, right? So, this is just going to be a what sold on eBay video. And you're just going to see what I sold. It's not impressive. Well, some of it might be. But it's not that bad either. So, right now I have 0 watching, so I'll wait a couple seconds and see if anybody comes in. And then we'll go from there. Got a new computer this week, so when I went to set it up, something was wrong in the Wi-Fi card settings. Hey, what's up, Idaho Hillbilly? See, I got people watching already. Let me know in the chat if I sound good. I hate it when people ask that, but I see how important it really is because last night my stream was so bad, I just ended up deleting both streams that I tried to do. So, if you guys are familiar at all with... I noticed that this looks different on YouTube than it does on my OBS software here, but this is an Artmark Oriole Birds Flower Wall Plaque. It's made out. It's like a chalkware type deal. Good. Thanks for letting me know that it sounds good. I paid $1.89 for this at a thrift store, and it's like 5 inches wide, and it sold for $23.71. So not a bad deal on that. I had it for quite a while. It was in really nice shape. None of the birds had chips or anything like that, which is good. That's important. On the backside there was a small chip, but it displayed well because it didn't show when you hang it or display it, so it was really nice. There are other types of birds on this. You know, you can find them with other types of birds, but this is one that was hard to find actually. But it sold for $23.71, and we let her go. If you guys don't know anything about Beaterlac blankets, start looking them up. San Marcos. Hey, what's up, Tennessee Picker? San Marcos, Beaterlac, and a couple other brands of these vintage 80s blankets do really well. Tigers do well. Horses do well. Kittens and puppies do well. These are reversible blankets, so you can see on one side it's the reverse print of the other side. Here's the tag on this particular one. This one went for $44.95 plus $10 shipping, and I never pay more than $5 for these. I think this one was $3.89. This is Ligretto Blue. Ligretto is a card game of sorts. I don't know much about it. When I first picked this up on Amazon, it was selling for like $80 or $90 or $100, and I never could get that out of it. Finally, I listed it on eBay and took a $25 for it, free shipping. It didn't weigh very much. It cost me under $3 to ship, so we got rid of that one. It was new sealed, but I paid probably $1.89 for it, and I had this one for quite a long time. Tommy Hilfiger, this is vintage 90s. Any vintage 90s Tommy Hilfiger does well. This one didn't do as well as I expected, but nobody's looking for this particular item, so it took a while to sell. You can see somebody had put military chevron deals on the collar there, but it had the little Tommy Hilfiger crest. Now, if this had a flag on it or something, big money, but this particular one didn't do too well. But I did get $24.99 plus $6.99 shipping, so not bad at all. And probably paid $2.89 for this one. Okay, so paint by numbers, a lot of you know, a lot of you don't know, but paint by numbers can do well, especially if they're from the 50s or 60s. I happened to get 3 of these in a set at an auction for $2. They were actually still in the box that they originally came from. It didn't do me any good to sell it as a whole set, all 3 of them together, but they do well separately. The paints were all dried up in the box and everything, but it actually came in the original box. This was Riders and Grove was the name of it, and it was from Craft set number A-2. and I actually took a best offer of $40 on this one, and I still have 2 more to sell. So looking for those completed paint by numbers. They don't have to have a frame or anything. In fact, they ship a little easier without the frame. So this one was actually a pretty good deal, and was happy for it. This one was weird. I found these UB Funkies in a bag at Salvation Army for $3.99. Had no clue what they were. I guess it's some sort of game, a short-lived game that you could play plugged into your USB. And there was a base that you put them in, which was just a bigger version of one of these guys. And they came in all sorts of shapes and sizes. And when the game ended, I think in 2010, this was from the last run. So it was one of the harder ones to find because it was a short run of them. This one, I took a best offer at $35. I could have held out for more, but I paid $3.99 for all of them. And I did get $25 for a set of 4 of them prior, so I did pretty well on that lot. VHS tapes, I know a lot of people ignore them at the thrift store, but I do not. Thomas the Tank Engine, Barney, and some others do really well. And some, I have some karate ones that were short produced. A lot of the old horror movies do well if they were never put on DVD. But this one sold for $10. We get VHSs for 89 cents around here, so they can't give them away. So I'll go through and buy them. But this was James Goes Buzz Buzz and Other Thomas Stories, and it sold for $10. It cost me, I think, like right around $2.70 or so to ship. It went media mail. VHS tapes can go media mail, so that's how this one went, and it's gone. I don't do a lot of Harley Davidson shirts, but this one caught my eye, and you'll see I have another one that also caught my eye. I got 4 or 5 of these, and they were all from different countries. So this one was Cancun, Mexico. So we can get that Cancun. There was one from Germany, there was one from Singapore, and one from Hilo, Hawaii, which is not another country, but it was interesting nonetheless. So I picked them all up for $3.89. This one sold for the full asking price of $20. So not too bad. I don't know anything about cameras, but I picked one up anyway because when I was researching at the thrift store, this one kind of caught my eye. It's an Asahi Pentax K1000. My research shows that this is the camera that students use. So like if you have a college class or high school class for film cameras, this is the one you would have used. This one was produced in the early 80s. There's a bunch of different versions of this one. They produced it all the way up until the 90s, like 93 or 4, so somewhere in that range. The difference is this one has this top cap here is metal, the bottom cap is metal, and depending on where the placement of the name's Asahi Optical Company and things like that depends on the age of the camera. The older ones do better, but I did sell this one for $85. It came with another lens, but the other lens didn't look that good. Excuse me. The other lens didn't look that good. But this is a great camera. If you find it, pick it up if you can get it cheap enough. I paid $14 for this one and got $85 for it, so not a bad flip on that one. Tennessee Picker says the K1000 always does well for him. There's a lot of solds on eBay. When I was researching it, it seemed to be a good buy, so I bought it. This is a vintage Lego. Yeah, who knew Lego made die-cast cars, right? This one's like 2 inches long, or not even 2 inches long, probably 1.5 inches or so long. And it's a smaller car, but it's a Lego. And it's probably from the late 60s. And I realize now that I spelled Volkswagen wrong. There's an M in there. I own a Volkswagen, and I spelled it wrong. That's crazy. But anyway, somebody knew what it was. I got $20 for this. Originally, these would have came in a box that looked like a giant Lego, and I guess you could stack them together and make a garage out of them. But you can see right there, it's Lego. Carmen Ghia. Pretty cool car. I love the wheels on this thing. They're like a chrome metal type thing. But I took a best offer, $20. That one sold pretty quick. Had I spelled it right, I might have got the full 25, but whatever. I love my vintage 70s shirts. The wider the collar, the better. Tay Smith, Thanks for joining. You're you're a new name to me. You might be subscribed. If you're not, go ahead and do that. But I haven't seen your name prior, so thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoy and get something out of what I'm showing you tonight. This is a vintage 1970s Joe Namath shirt. It's made by the Arrow Company. This one had like all sorts of cars, old cars on it. Pretty cool. I had another one that I sold in my last update video. Well, that one ended up getting returned. The Veranda Files, how you doing? That one ended up getting returned. This is what the tag looks like. These shirts had never been worn. I did list them as pre-owned because there's no tags or anything, but you could tell that they had just taken them out of the plastic. My Goodwill, for some god-awful reason, will take all the old stock shirts out of the plastic bags that they come in and then put them on the hangers, and they'll take tags and stuff off too on these things. I don't know why they do it, but they do. But I did get $25 out of this shirt. It weighed less than 6 ounces shipped, so it was pretty good, cheap shipping, which is great. But I love these old shirts. 1989 Wilton Super Mario Brothers Party Cake Pan. This one went to Hawaii. I just shipped it out a couple days ago. It was in great shape. It had been used. You can see here all your Wilton cake pans are numbered. This one was number 2105-2989. This one had the instructions and all that with it. So it was a great deal. Eric Gunter, how you doing? And I'm glad the sound is good tonight, because last night it was horrible. I was having problems with my internet connection. I'm going to hardwire this computer because in the living room, even on Wi-Fi, I get 26 megabits per second download. I should be getting up to 50 with my plan. In here I get 10 or 12. And last night I was getting 1 or less. And it's just not good enough to stream with. So this is my first time with OBS software too. And I do that because I want people to see my face while I'm talking to you. And I think that's important for people to get to know you. So... But anyway, this one sold for $34.95 going to Hawaii. Pretty cool. This is the Munchables, just an older Wii game from 2009. I bought a lot of Wii games without cases. They came in a big folder full of games. This was one of them. They were $20, and it came with a Wii and all the controllers and everything. So I got a really good deal on them. And I sold most of them last summer. This is one of the hangers on, and I have a couple that just weren't worth reselling, so I will probably just lot them up or just sell them at my yard sale or something. Also, I got these cases here. They're just DVD cases, but I got them at a yard sale last summer, and I got 100 of them for like $1. The lady just wanted rid of them, but there was nothing wrong with them. So when I find these Wii games, I'll put them in one of these cases and put them in a little padded flat rate, or not a flat rate, just a little padded envelope. I don't know what size they are, but they're the same size as the small ones you get from eBay, and ship them off, and they're really cheap to ship. This one only went for $9.11, but it doesn't matter. I still made a lot of money on those games. It was snowing here today too, Eric, and I live in northeastern Ohio. I live right up on Lake Erie, and it was cold and snowy, and it should be spring, and I'm getting angry. I don't like it. Toshiba remote, nothing special, just a remote that I happen to have laying around. Probably came in with something else, so I looked up what the prices were. Most of them are going for under $10. I priced mine a little higher, sat on it for a little while, but it did sell. Toshiba CT847. Some remotes do a lot better than that. Now this was one of my best finds to date. Not my best finds, but one of my favorite finds, and I wanted to keep it so bad. But I couldn't because I knew there was some value in it. This is an H. Gerstner & Sons attaché briefcase made out of cherry. The inside was all suede lined. That picture isn't that great, but you can see it's all suede, really nice. Wow, that picture was blurry. And here's the logo. So if you ever find one of these, make sure you pick it up. I paid $6 for this, so $5.99 at the Salvation Army a couple months ago, or about a month ago or so. It actually does lock. You can see there was some damage on it, but I took a best offer on this for $136.64 plus shipping. It came to $150 for the buyer, and it didn't cost me all that much to ship out because it was in my region. It weighed almost 9 pounds. It went in a 19 by 19 by 6 box. I bubble wrapped the heck out of it, put some air pillows in there, and shipped it off today actually. And it only cost me 11 some to ship, so it wasn't bad at all. So I made some good, decent profit off that. Nice flip. I love finding this kind of stuff. If it hadn't sold, I'd have kept it for myself. This is a Password. Rexzone is the name of the company that makes this. They come in a couple different versions. This one is Memory Vault. They also come, or this one's Password Memory, but the other version is Password Vault. So I put both in the title. It's the same exact model number and everything. This was sold for the full asking price of $26.95, free shipping because it weighed almost nothing. But all this thing does is store passwords, so you don't have to have them on another device, you know, like your computer. It'll store all your computer passwords for you. I don't think it hooks up to a computer or anything. I think it's just a standalone device, and you just store all your ATM numbers and stuff in it, and you can put it in a safe place. So if you ever lose any of that stuff, it's in this device here. And you can see on their website, username, password, notes. You can put all sorts of stuff in that. Another good flip. This one my wife found. This was at the Goodwill for, oh, by the way, that password thing I paid it like $1.89 for. This is 1990s New York Rangers jersey. It was size 56, and the important thing to know about this jersey, the most important thing to know, is that it had this in it. And what this is a fight strap. And if you find jerseys with fight straps, it's a good quality jersey. The fight strap is just hooks into their pants so that when they're in a fight in a hockey game, their shirt can't be pulled up over their head. So that's what that's for. The other important thing to look for in jerseys is, of course, sewn logos as opposed to screen printed logos. So this one's a sewn logo. And always, 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 we want to find jerseys made in Canada, which this one was. My wife found this one yesterday, or 2 days ago. I listed it for $129.95 or best offer plus shipping, and we sold this for $85 within a couple hours, and I shipped that out this morning. So must have been yesterday I sold it, or yesterday morning I shipped it. I don't recall. No, I shipped it out this morning because yesterday was Sunday. There ain't no shipping on Sundays. So that was a really good find, and a couple things to look for on those kind of jerseys. Hockey jerseys always do well. Pass the Pigs, just a dice game. The dice are the pigs. If you've ever seen this game, you know what it is. For some reason they sell, and this particular version of this game from 1992 sells well. And you can see them all over eBay for $4 or $5, but you can get $20 out of this game. Every time I've listed this year of this game, this version, it's gotten me $20 every time. I had best offer on it, but they still paid the full asking price of $20. So it's good. If you find it, it's the 1992 version. Now I think some of the other versions do well as also. I have a couple of the other versions I haven't listed yet, but I pick this game up every time I see it, and I usually get it for like 89 cents or under $1. No more than $1.89 at my thrift stores. This is Super Mario 3. Nothing special about this game. Just a, well, it was special because I sold it, but it had a really, really nice, crisp, clean logo on it, or label on it. You can see there was no scratching or anything. So I got $15.49 plus shipping on that one. It sat for a while, but I did get it. Oh, we gotta go down here. Mark's Pocket Tools. We live in an area where Mark's Toys, excuse me, were made. Not too far from here. My grandparents worked for the factory. My aunts and uncles worked for the factory, so they weren't made too far from here. These particular ones were actually made in New York, even though I lived in Pennsylvania, where most of the trains and stuff were made. I took a best offer on these for $20. I broke even on these. I didn't really do well. I misjudged what they were worth, so I just took the best offer of $20 and let them go. But I broke even on them, so I didn't lose anything. I got this in a set of Matchbox cars from Goodwill. I paid $8.89. It came in the original carrying case with all the little plastic trays and stuff. The case was in rough shape. Case alone sells for about $35, but I took a best offer of $20 on this car. And it's from 1969 or 1970. I'm not sure on this particular one. But it's just a Volkswagen 1600, which is also known as the Fastback TL. Super fast was what they called the car. I think you can see it down here. It says super fast down there on the bottom. You can see what the bottom of that car looks like. I think this was from the original Matchbox series. Number 1 through 75, I think, is the ones you want to look for. But this one did pretty well. I could have got more money for it. Actually, I think I took a best offer of $10 on this car, not 20, because I didn't even have a list. But this one had some issues, condition issues, but still sold. And I got that in that same lot with that Lego car. This is a Rain Spooner 80s or 90s, probably 80s. Just a Hawaiian shirt. A lot of Rain Spooners do real well. This one, not so much. I took a best offer of $23.75 for this one. And I think I'm still waiting payment on this one, so it hasn't shipped out yet. But not a bad return on my investment because I paid $2.89 for it. So not bad. Rain Spooner is still a good thing to look out for. If they have college team logos or Major League Baseball or football logos on them, they're big money. There's regular prints like this one, not so much. I just sold this just before going live. This is the Unsinkable Molly Brown. I sell a lot of CDs. This is a soundtrack. I could have got a little bit more out of it, but I had it for a long time, so I just reduced the price on it and let it go. This was the original Broadway cast, and just a CD, $8.99 free shipping. CDs cost me about $1.89, so I won't make a ton of money on this one, but I wanted it out of my inventory. Here's another one of those Harley Davidson shirts. This is the one from Germany. Cons Trier Germany, I guess that says. All these shirts were 2XL, so that's a good thing to look out for. You always want to see 2XL shirts or more. And anything but black in Harley shirts do okay. I did get the full $20 out of this one as well. So I'm in the profit on my Harley shirts now, so the next two that sell will be 100% profit. Not bad. Okay, trucker caps, especially the older the better, and the bigger the patch the better. This one is from DeLand, Florida. It was all quality products. Looks like it's from the 70s. That's how I listed it. This one went to Thailand. Even if it has some damage like this, you can see the backside was repaired. Even if it has damage, you can sell these for good money. There wasn't any comps, so I threw a price out there, $54.95 plus shipping, and I got it. And it's going to Thailand. So I found this one unique because it's full mesh, and not a lot of them are full mesh, but some of the older ones from the 70s and 60s and stuff are full mesh like that. So it doesn't have like the foamy stuff in the front. It has all mesh. And so this one sold rather quickly for the full asking price of $54.95. So I was amazed. I probably could have got more, but I didn't care. I paid 89 cents for it. This is from that big car parts lot that I got a while back. I'm well into the profit on these now. Everything is good. I think I only have 2 more pieces to sell. Got the full asking price of $26.95. This is just a horn for a Kia Rio or a Hyundai. I think it actually fits this. Well, you could put this horn on anything if you could make it fit, but just regular hookups on it is just nothing major. But it fits a Kia Rio and a Hyundai. I forget what the Hyundai is. Hyundai makes it, but Kia can use them too. So nice little sale there. Always put your part number, which is this number right up here. If you can see that, that's your part number. Always put that in there because people can cross-reference even if you don't know how to. So Monopoly Special Edition, the America Monopoly. I thought this would sell much better. I paid $1.89 for it. I ended up listing it a long time ago. Picture wasn't all that good. I probably could have got a faster sale if my pictures were better. But anyway, it was a sealed board game, so I picked it up for $1.89. Sold it for $22.45 plus $10 shipping. So it did all right. It just took a long time to sell. Special edition Monopolies can do really well. This just doesn't happen to be one of the really good ones. It's an okay one, but not one of the great ones. This is a Mustang MPC Firefighter Mustang 2 Pro Stalker made by AMT or Ertl. Anyway, I paid $1.89 for this and sold for the full asking price of $24.95. It wasn't sealed, so I listed it as used, but everything on the inside was sealed. You can see here, everything was still sealed. The instructions, the stickers were all there, so guy got it and left me really good feedback. He was really happy to get it. Sealed, this one goes for a little bit more. From that same auction that I was talking about earlier, what was it that I sold from that auction? I can't remember now. Anyway, I got a bunch of 1940s ladies' hats. Well, in with the hats was this feather headband, and anytime you see this net, now I have this headband displayed backwards. This net should go over the face, but the net is called a fascinator. I don't know why, but that's what it is, or a cocktail veil. I sold this for the full asking price of $29.95. It was very fragile. But it was very cool, as you can see. It was really nice feathers. I don't know what the feathers were from, but it was a really cool piece. And I sold that. I paid like $12 for all the hats, and this is the third one I believe I've sold out of that lot for about this price. So not bad. This was a really cool shirt. I thought it would be worth more. It is probably from the 80s or maybe the 70s. Made by Motorcraft, and down here on the patch you can say designed exclusively for Motorcraft by Metalist Industries. Pretty cool shirt, baseball jersey style. It did have a little stain right there on the shoulder, but I did get the full asking price on this one of $24.95, so that was a pretty good deal. If anybody's still in here, can you tell me how my stream is doing? Vintage Chevrolet Heartbeat of America, because my stream health up here says it's okay, but not great. Vintage Chevrolet Heartbeat of America, so that was from the 80s, is when they did that campaign, 88, 89, in that range. This one actually went to Australia, of all places. It's crazy. But somebody did want to buy it in Australia, even though it said Heartbeat of America. It was made by King Louie. A Heartbeat of America logo there on the... Thanks, Eric. I wasn't sure because nobody was talking in the chat room, which I don't expect. You don't have to. But I wasn't sure because last night I had so many problems. Anyway, this one went to Australia, of all places. I did get the full... I got $30 plus shipping. It went, obviously, GSP to Kentucky. So they paid $6.90 plus whatever it cost them to get it to Australia. Pretty cool coat, though. Here's another beater lack blanket. This one's a horse. I got the full asking price of $44.95 for this one. So don't pass up these blankets at the thrift stores. They do well. I have a couple more to sell. That's the reverse side, and that's the front side. Pretty cool blankets. I come across these by accident, actually. I found one that looked like one my wife had, and she still has. And I was going to replace it, and I sold that one a while back for $60 or $70. I have, like I said, I have a few more of these listed. They are really good to find. Not all of them will sell real high. The ones with the beater lacks with the sports teams on them don't seem to do that well, but horses, cats, cows, dogs, things like the unicorns do really well. So this one had a different beater lack tag, but there it is. But anything that looks like that does pretty well, so not bad. This is a Wandertag, or Wandertag, I guess is how you might say it, or Volksmarch is another way to say it. But these are medals that were given out to participants in this Volksmarch type deal. I don't know what they are, but I paid 89 cents a piece for them, and I got like 30 of them, and I've only sold 2, so it wasn't the greatest deal, but I'm getting about $10 a piece. I've had them for quite a while, but they will eventually sell. And once I get maybe one or two more sold, I'll probably just lot the rest of them up and sell them as a lot and make, you know, get the rest of my money back. But once I'm into the profit, that's what I'll do. But they do sell. They just sell super, super slow. Mostly probably somebody who was in that particular Volksmarch and wants this particular metal. This one was really nice, actually. The guy really loved it. He said it was better than he thought it was going to be, and it was really nice. So, and every time I've sent one of these out, that's what I get. That's the response I get from it. Another cake pan, Wilton. This one I sold for $14. Took a best offer. I didn't really make a lot of money on it, but I had it for a long time, so I wanted to get it gone out of my inventory. Yes, Volkswandering. That's how you say it. Community hike. I wasn't exactly sure what that word meant, but I did a lot of research on those metals before I bought them, or before I listed them. So I kind of knew a little bit about the events, but they're like all over the place. Even Boy Scouts get into them. Anybody can really get into them, and you get one of those really cool medals for participating. I don't know if they still do it, but they did for a long time. And all those medals that I got were from the early to mid 80s. So pretty cool. Anyway, this is another one, and it went to Hawaii as well. Crazy enough. And don't be afraid to ship to Alaska and Hawaii. It's not any more expensive than shipping to California. I did have $6.90 shipping on it, so I made a few dollars on this one, but I paid 50 cents a piece for these pans, and this one had never been used. You can see that the original tissue paper was still on it, and the instructions were with it. So, and they're all dated too, so this one is from 1975. And that does it. I guess I'm done. That was my sales up till now from the last time I did a video, so it wasn't too bad. I hope you guys enjoyed what you saw, or maybe learned something, or something new to look out for, or at least just had a good time. So that's going to do it for me for tonight. And I'm going to try to do these videos more often. Steven Scroggins, hey, what's going on, man? I try to do these videos more often. I know I keep saying that, but my old computer just wouldn't keep up with the stream. And even last night I had problems with this one, and I had to do some stuff. Silverhair Stacker's here too, so good to see you. I enjoy his videos a lot. I don't know anything about silver though. Someday, if I keep watching, maybe I'll learn. But that's going to do it for me. I wish you all the best and good flipping. Have a great. Now I got to figure out how to shut it off. I say that every time, but I don't know how to do it. Oh, there's my button. See you guys later.